everyone, today I want to show you something about this gaming headset here. It is the Audeze Maxwell. It is a closed back headphone with 90mm planar magnetic drivers. It supports Bluetooth 5.3 and also supports LE audio, LC3 Plus and LDAC. It can be therefore also used for Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch or just normal PC gaming. Important here is that there's a PlayStation version and an Xbox version of the Audeze Maxwell. So this one here is the PlayStation version. Both of the versions are compatible with the PC. The Xbox version though comes with Dolby Atmos license. The Xbox version can be used with the PlayStation as well, but then only with the 3.5mm cable connection. The PlayStation version cannot be used with the Xbox at all. So if you're an Xbox user, really grab the Xbox version to be safe. The PlayStation version is a little bit more affordable with the price of $299 and the Xbox version costs $329. Some people might say now it is quite expensive for a gaming headset, but this headset is more directed to the audiophile person, and therefore it really is not that expensive if you look at the prices of such products. This headphone also has a high resolution audio up to 24-bit and 96 kilohertz. If you're somebody who mostly does PC gaming, you can easily go with the PlayStation version. And if you say, I really want to use Dolby Atmos as well, it is possible because you can buy the license and then just use the headset with Dolby Atmos as well. So it is not an issue in that case. At this point now, a big thank you to Mega Audio for lending me this review unit for my channel. This will go back to them, but I really wanted to say here thank you for lending me this unit to test out on my channel. And without further ado now, let's get right into it and start the unboxing. So here we are with the package of the Audeze Maxwell. At the front side you can see a little bit of information about the driver, about the low latency wireless connection, AI-powered noise filter, and Tempest 3D audio, so this is for PlayStation, and the 8-hour battery life, and it's fast charging as well as Bluetooth 5.3, and it's Windows and Mac compatible. Here you see a little bit of information about the spring steel headband, replaceable ear pads, and the strap is also replaceable, some information about the app, and also about the magnets. And it also has an ultra thin film diaphragm. Okay. And you see also a little USB-C dongle. And here you see also the microphone that comes with it. The hypercardioid microphone with AI-powered noise filter. We see some information here also on which device it is compatible to. Alright, so I would say let's open it up. As you can see, it is an open box because Mega Audio did send me this review unit, so it was already opened once. But they told me they have put everything in there that was usually in here, so let's give it a look. So here you see a little bit of information on how to plug in the microphone, for example, or to how to turn it on. Here you see the USB-C dongle, so you just put it, for example, in your PC. Let's come to the headphones now. Let's get them out. All right, here they are. They feel quite nice. I like that they have more of an adult touch to it because a lot of gaming products do have a lot of RGB on it or are a little bit more cheaply built, but this doesn't seem the case here. You have here little wheels, so for adjusting the volume, for example. So they feel also quite nice. Here you see the little aux port and also the USB-C, and here you can put the microphone. They have nice cup swivel as well. This is the little leather band. Feels quite nice. They are not height adjustable like that. So they have the screws inside of here. So I guess you can either unscrew that or just pull that out, I guess. All right, that's the headphones. Let's see what else is in here. Yeah, here we have some more. This is just Chinese, so we don't care about it right now. Here seems to be a little manual, but yeah, a little sticker. And here you have a little box. Let's see what's in here. So you have a little cable connection, and here you have the microphone itself. But you can just put in the ear cup like that. So quite easy. It's also quite flexible. Here's a little adapter in case you need it if you don't have a USB-C port where you want to plug it. And you also have here the USB-C for charging and also for connecting the headphones if you want to. Okay. I guess now here's just a little welcome to uncompromised audio information. So yeah, they're made in the USA, the drivers and so on. So yeah, just a little note from the Audeze team. At the back side you see just some support sites in case you need it. Okay, that's it pretty much. Alright, so having unboxed this headphone and been testing for a while, what can I say about it? So first of all, let's come to the build and comfort. I would say it kind of feels like built like a tank. It is quite sturdy. It is not feeling cheaply made. Also, it is made of aluminum jokes and a spring steel headband, so it feels quite sturdy. It doesn't look much like a gaming headset, you know, where you have the rather cheap build or with just RGB, some plastered somewhere. That is not the case here, and I personally do like it better like this. So I like the little bit more of an adult touch to it. So I like how this looks and feels. It is a little bit heavy though, with 490 grams. So you will feel it after a while on your head if you're sensitive to it. I mean, it does have a nice headband here that adjusts the weight a little bit. So you can adjust this headband here with the little screws. The screws here, it's not intentional that you screw them out. That's the first thing I thought. No, you just pull the latch here a little bit harder and then you can adjust it. So no need to replace the screws here, screw them out, because it's not even really possible. I tried and it was not good. So you just pull that out and adjust it like this. I'm okay with the headband, I would say, but I just wish at this point here that it would be a little bit different, because I found the settings to be okay, but I want to have a little bit more of control over it, so a little more of notches in between or something. It still fit quite nicely on my head, so that is not really that much of a concern. It's just something I wish they would have made a little bit different, maybe, to be more applicable to most people, but I personally didn't have issues with it, so it's fine. I mean, the weight of it is quite heavy, but I assume it's also because here is a good battery, so it lasts up to 80 hours of battery life with one charge. So it also is fast charging, so if you just plug it in for 20 minutes, you are good to go for the day. And I personally really didn't run into any trouble with the battery or something, so I don't even remember when I charged it last time. So it is that good, yes. How long the battery actually lasts highly depends on various factors, so like how loudly listen to music, if you did some bass EQ, but I didn't feel at any point that the battery is lacking in any way. The cups itself here are nice and plushy. The opening in here is 65mm tall and 50mm wide and 30mm deep. I found it to be quite good. I had enough space, my ears had enough space in here. It also has a lot of cup swivel, so it is highly adjustable to your head. The earpads itself are replaceable, so in case they are done after a few years, you can easily replace them. They are also not glued in. Why would I even say that? Some of these headphones seem to have glued in earpads. I don't really like glued-in earpads, I must say. If I just think about myself needing to remove that and the glue here, I really don't want to do that. So I'm happy that they don't have that. So as you can see here, it has a replaceable microphone. So in case you don't really need the microphone, you can easily plug it out or plug it in wherever you need it. Like this, it's really easy, and I like that I did it like this. And you also have some volume wheels down here. As you can see, one is for the chat and one is for the normal volume of the headphone. So that is quite nice. It also has here, as you can see, the power on button and a mute button for the microphone, so you can easily mute it. Here you also have the USB for charging, for example, or you can also use this USB-C to have a wired connection, for example, to your PC or something. So you can also use it while charging. So this headphone also comes with this little wireless dongle. It has a little switch here, so you can choose between PS and PC. So because this is the PlayStation version, the Xbox version might look a little bit different, but this is the little dongle you can use with it. And it also comes with an AUX 3.5 millimeter input and a cable with it. So this headphone does not have active noise cancellation, but it has rather thick leather ear pads, and it's a closed back headphone, so the ear cups do isolate, sounds quite good. When listening to music, I didn't really hear much noise, like for example a doorbell or somebody next door speaking to me. I really didn't hear much of it. So I also tested the Bluetooth capabilities of this headphone with this little dongle here. I didn't have any connection issues whatsoever. So we here in Germany actually have quite thick brick walls, and when I moved around in my apartment between, for example, two thick walls, closed the door and so on, I really didn't have any connection issues whatsoever. I didn't have any dropouts. The connection was always stable, so it was really good, and I didn't have any trouble. So the headphone itself comes with an optional app. It's called Audeze HQ app. There you can update the firmware of the headset and the dongle and change some settings. I recommend you update the firmware because, as far as I read, Audeze did a little bit of an update regarding the sound performance of this headphone after I released it to improve it. So yeah, I highly suggest update the firmware here. And you can also then choose between presets of EQ settings like a bass boost, treble boost, or even choose your own EQ settings within the software if you want to. You can save it within 4 presets. So it is quite nice. So I guess you're now maybe quite curious on how this microphone of this headphone actually sounds like, because for some people it might be important. So let's give it a check. Alright, so this is how the Audeze Maxwell microphone itself will sound like. I did not change any sound settings here, so it is actually how it will sound. And I would say it gets the job done. It just sometimes has a little bit of an issue with explosives. So I would suggest that you move this microphone a little bit away from your mouth where you're talking, like so where you're also breathing, so it doesn't happen that often, hopefully. You can also enable side tone so that you can hear your environment through the microphone or your own voice. You can enable this via the app. Also there you find a noise suppression filter that you can enable that is working quite good. So it reduces the noises in your environment that's transmitted through the microphone. So if you're, for example, in a very noisy environment and you don't want to annoy other people that you're talking with, this option is really great. I did test it with playing, for example, a little bit of background music, and it could filter it out pretty good. So I really like that function, and if you're in a noisy environment, it is really helpful to use. So otherwise, you also have a nice function that you have a little button here. You just need to slide it and you can immediately mute your microphone. I like that it has a little bit of a texture to it, so you don't even need to look where that button is. You can just immediately find it and mute your microphone. So that's something I really appreciate. So that was the Audeze Maxwell microphone. Let me know in the comments down below how you like the audio quality of this microphone, if it's good enough for your use cases, or if you wish for something even better, for example. I would say we go now back to the review. Alright, so let's come to the sound itself. How did this headset actually sound to my ears? First, let's say I was a little bit hesitant to review this headphone. Why would you ask? Yeah, because in the past I did a little bit of the experience that most gaming products do not sound as great for the price they cost. Therefore, I was a little bit hesitant, but I'm happy that I still reviewed this because it is actually greatly tuned. I really like it. It is has a little bit of a neutralish sound presentation with a bit of a bass boost. It has a really great and nice and strong and punchy bass. Vocals here do sound quite crisp and clear. The higher frequencies also don't get crunchy or shouty if you listen to higher volumes. A lot of cheaper gaming headsets often have trouble there, but this one doesn't. You also have the optional app that you can do some EQ settings if you want. So you can put even more of a bass shelf in there. It is possible and it is quite enjoyable. So if you're somebody who is a little bit of a bass lover, this headphone will probably satisfy you. I tested also, of course, the performance in gaming. The positional audio is good. It is able to separate details. You can hear footsteps, and you can also hear if somebody is reloading their gun around the corner and such. So I didn't have any trouble whatsoever. Also in busy scenarios like grenades going off and people shouting in your ear, it is still able to separate the audio tracks and deliver a good sound separation. So I was quite happy with it. Also the tone and timbre is good. But just because this is my own ears, my own opinion, I prepared a little bit of a sound test. Just something to be aware of. Please wear headphones while the sound test is running. And also, I don't really have much wireless gaming headsets here to compare this to in a sound test. So I chose a little bit of a variety of different headphones to compare to, so you get just an idea on how the performance here actually is and what's the tone and timbre. Just wear headphones now and enjoy.
Old friend, you've traveled miles, spinning in circles, your blind eyes on the dial, stripping out the colors. A man whose steps leave no trace. A man whose voice sounds like tears. A man whose memory is not in vain. All that matters remains, but it's time to say goodbye until next life. A man whose steps leave no trace, a man whose voice sounds like tears, a man whose memory erases, a man whose time flow of beats.
All right, so that was the little sound test. Let me know in the comments down below how you found Audeze Maxwell. Conclusion-wise, on my side, I can say now that I'm quite happy with this headphone. I think it is very well worth it for people who are looking for a Bluetooth gaming headset with great sound performance, with a good battery and a microphone that has an easily plug-and-play experience, even has an app for EQ settings. I would call it the audiophile gaming headset. I am quite happy with it, and I can see that the price of it is quite justified. So I can fully recommend it. Therefore, I guess we are finished now with the short review. I hope you've liked it. Please consider hitting the like and subscribe button to support me a bit, and I hope to see you again next time. Ciao, ciao!